All of the bluster, all of the bravado, all of these social media posts by Donald Trump didn't work yet again. Democrats called Donald Trump's bluff when it came to the continuing resolution. And once again, Donald Trump folded. It's a pattern with Donald Trump. Remember, Donald Trump said, I am ordering Republicans, you shut down this government. I want no bills passed until I take over, unless, remember what Donald Trump's position was this past week? Unless you attach to the continuing resolution to avert a government shutdown, a provision that says the debt ceiling will be abolished, or perhaps the debt ceiling debate will be pushed to 2029. Or perhaps 2027, or perhaps, can you just give me something so I look like a winner? But it was totally ignored. The final continuing resolution looked a lot like the original one that Donald Trump and Elon Musk said was terrible. But this is a pattern with Donald Trump. He goes out there, bluster, bravado, and then folds. Our enemies know that Trump is not a good negotiator. This is the pattern. Let's watch what this pattern is, because it's ingrained in his very weak pathology. So Donald Trump makes posts like this. Congress must get rid of or extend out to perhaps 2029 the ridiculous debt ceiling. Without this, we should never make a deal. Remember, the pressure is on whoever is president. It was his post, by the way, weird post too. Extend out to perhaps 2029. Who negotiates like that? Then Donald Trump also posted the following. If there's going to be a shutdown of government, let it begin now under the Biden administration, not after January 20th under Trump. This is a Biden problem to solve, but if Republicans can help solve it, they will. And so do you remember when Donald Trump was bragging that he forced MAGA Mike to have a continuing resolution that included pushing the debt ceiling back a few years or raising the debt ceiling right now, but Republicans didn't support it? Republicans rejected it, and it failed earlier in the week before they basically brought back the same resolution that Elon Musk was like doing samurai sword pictures with and saying, kill the bill. Donald Trump posted this. Success in Washington. Speaker Mike Johnson and the House have come to a very good deal. Then it goes on to say a very important piece, vital to the America First agenda, was added as well. The date of the very unnecessary debt ceiling will be pushed out 2 years to January 30th, 2027. Now we can make America great again very quickly. Do you remember when Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans were like preventing President Biden for raising the debt ceiling? And they said, how fiscally irresponsible. Well, Donald Trump wants to do precisely that now when President Biden is still in power. Sounds a bit contradictory, doesn't it? But this is when Donald Trump thought that he was going to get this, but Republicans voted against Donald Trump's provision, and what finally went into the bill that was ultimately passed in the House of Representatives had none of that. And what did Donald Trump do? Like the weak and pathetic loser that he is, nothing. He just accepts it. He has his proxy, Mark Wayne Mullen, the MAGA Republican senator from Oklahoma, go on Fox and say, he's not thrilled about it, but he understands that this is what you're supposed to do. Here, play this clip.
Yeah, we'll be supporting this, Brian. It was a negotiated bill for sure. It's not perfect. I can tell you, President Trump isn't thrilled, but he understands negotiations better than any president we've ever had. And this is one of those negotiated bills that we would have loved to deliver the debt limit. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. This is a tool that I really feel like Schumer is going to use against President Trump, which is why the president really wanted it in this bill. But at the same time, it failed. 38 Republicans voted against the debt limit increase last night, and so we didn't have a choice. We had to strip it out, and the president was supportive of that.
So after all the bluster and bravado, Elon Musk posting Kill Bill memes, Elon Musk saying just close down the government until January 20th. Defund everything. We'll be fine for 33 days. No bill should be passed until Donald Trump takes office. All of those memes, by the way, that are out there by Democrats like Jasmine Crockett with the showing Elon Musk as the puppet master of Donald Trump. And then the official Democrats account putting this one, Elon Musk walking Donald Trump like a dog. That's an interesting one right there. But Democrats called Trump's bluff and they said, bet, okay, we're just going to go back and pretty much do the continuing resolution that does not include raising the debt ceiling or moving the debt ceiling out. Trump, we're going to ignore you. What you going to do about it, tough guy? What you going to do about it? And Trump did nothing. Here's Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries calling him out. Play this clip.
This reckless Republican-driven shutdown can be avoided if House Republicans will simply do what is right for the American people and stick with the bipartisan agreement that they themselves negotiated.
Can we geek out for a minute on something? I think it's going to be helpful for you. It's called Fatty 15. Its co-founder, Dr. Stephanie Vin Watson, discovered C15 as the first essential fatty acid to be found in 90 years while working with the U.S. Navy to improve the health and welfare of aging dolphins. It's pretty simple. Essential nutrients keep our cells healthy, which keeps us healthy. So if you want to get sciencey about it, studies show that C15, it works by strengthening our cells, improving our mitochondrial function, and protecting us against damaging free radicals. So if you feel like, how could I stop aging faster, or I'm sleeping poorly, or feeling sluggish, the bottom line is that many of us are deficient in C15, which results in weaker cells, which results in those things. So Fatty 15 is the science-backed award-winning vegan and pure C15 supplement that steps in and helps. It works in multiple ways. It repairs age-related damage to cells. It protects them from future breakdowns. It boosts mitochondrial energy output and activates pathways in the body that help regulate sleep, mood, natural repair mechanisms that support our overall health. So deeper sleep, smoother functioning joints, healthier hair, skin, and nails. That's essential, and the C15 helps here, and Fatty 15 delivers. So it comes in these gorgeous reusable glass bamboo jars and refill capsules that are shipped to your door quarterly in pouches made from recycled materials. I love that. Fatty 15 is on a mission to replenish your C15 levels and restore your long-term health. You can get an additional 15% off their 90-day subscription starter kit by going to fatty15.com/Meidas and using the code Meidas at checkout. That's fatty15.com/Meidas, fatty15.com/Meidas. MEIDAS. Use that code Meidas at checkout, MEIDAS. And one of the things that worked here very effectively was the White House press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, reminding Donald Trump, this was a brilliant moment. Okay, so I guess if you shut down the government, idiot, well, she didn't say idiot. I guess if you shut down the government, you know you're not going to be able to have a transition. You know that you're not going to be able to certify the results of your election. You know that the inauguration will not be able to be funded. You know that all of that will shut down as well. Here's what she said, and that shut him up pretty quickly. Here, play this clip.
Briefly, since you mentioned the shutdown, different angle on that question, sure. Potential shutdown, I should say. Yeah. Should the American people be confident that in the event of a shutdown, there would still be a smooth transition and inauguration process?
That has been the president's commitment. And that you've heard directly from him. We want to make sure that there is a responsible, committed to a responsible transition. And as you know, his team, he and his team has certainly been working towards that. The team has been preparing for months to make sure that happens. I will say, though, if there is a shutdown, and I don't want to get too much into hypotheticals, but this is the reality, transition activities will be restricted. And with limited exceptions, obviously, but such as prevent imminent threats to the safety of human life or the protection of property. Those are the things that we would, that we would have to be concerned about. And so we're doing everything to ensure a smooth transition. But the choice to allow a transition to move forward is in the hands of Republicans in Congress. You know, we can continue to have this smooth transition of power if they stop threatening a shutdown. You know, they have an opportunity, Republicans in Congress have an opportunity to keep the government open so that we can continue what the president's commitment has been for months now, is to make sure that there's a smooth transition of power.
Okay, well, to pretend they had a victory, though, you know what Elon Musk and Donald Trump and the Republicans took out of the prior continuing resolution? It's virtually identical. But what they did take out right here is a provision aimed at ensuring food stamps are replenished for Americans whose benefits are stolen, affecting up to 300,000 people. Let's go after the food stamp recipients. Also, they got rid of a bill aimed at cracking down on revenge porn and deepfakes. They took out that bipartisan piece of legislation. And they also took out pediatric cancer care. But ultimately, the bill passed, and what Trump wanted in it was not in it at all. Trump was ignored. MAGA Republican Tim Burchett was filmed leaving the Capitol building for the long weekend as we head into Christmas. And MAGA Republican Burchett's like, I kind of think we lost here. I think the Democrats just outplayed us once again. Here, play this clip right here.
Anyway, it's just a CR. It's just a continuation of bad spending policies that Schumer and Pelosi. And the odd thing is, they got on the floor and said they were going to be against it. The Democrats were going to be against it. And a huge number voted for it. I'm not sure any of them even voted against it. And then, of course, all the Republicans jumped in. I just feel like we got played. It's just doesn't make any sense with them trashing it and then all voting for it. That makes you feel like something went wrong. Anyway.
You think, and here's MAGA Mike saying, no, I was in touch with Trump. Trump likes this. This is what Trump really wanted this. Here, play this clip.
I was in constant contact with President Trump throughout this process. Spoke with him most recently about 45 minutes ago. He knew exactly what we were doing and why, and this is a good outcome for the country. I think he certainly is happy about this outcome as well.
Okay, let's zoom out, if we will, for a second on a broader concept right here. Now, when Donald Trump threatens tariffs on foreign countries, when Donald Trump posts these things, don't you realize that both our allies and enemies alike view him as a paper tiger, that he's basically all bark and no bite? He's the ultimate example of the loud, obnoxious person who wouldn't even throw a grape in a food fight, right? Like, that's Donald Trump. He's a weak person when you really break it down. And he showed yet again all the bluster and bravado and social media posts was for nothing. No, I still think he's a very dangerous individual. I'm not want to minimize the threats that he poses. But I just want you to think about what a weak negotiator that is. And you see in his social media posts, all right, let's do it at 2029. All right, let's do it at 2027. All right, I'm not thrilled, but I like it. Okay, actually, whatever. I don't care. Let's pretend that I wanted this. Anyway, tell me what you think. Hit subscribe and let's get to 4 million subscribers together.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Midas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.